Hey guys, thank you for joining me here on Godspot. I want to talk to you about overcoming FOMO. It says in Psalms 23 verse 1, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." What is FOMO? Now you may be excused if you don't know what it is, but it's an acronym for fear of missing out, which has become a very trendy term today, often used on social media. Now we are surrounded with social media. There are YouTube influencers, there's all sorts of video clips that you can watch where people are experiencing life. And when you watch these videos, you sort of get this sinking feeling that maybe I'm missing out. And it can make our lives look very dull and very boring. I remember talking to my grandson the other day and I said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" His reply was, "I want to be a YouTube influencer and I want to move to Texas, America." And I said, "Why is that?" He says, "Because that's where all the influencers live." I don't know if that's true, but it tells you about the influence that social media has on our lives. So here we are, we get this feeling we're missing out. We don't want to miss out. We don't want our kids to miss out. We don't want to miss out on adventure and experiences. In and of themselves, that's not wrong. But you can't allow fear of missing out to drive you, because if you do, you'll be so busy doing these things, you run yourself into a hole and you'll never ever find contentment. The 23rd Psalm is a picture of contentment. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie by green pastures." It's talking about contentment, that we don't have to live in fear of missing out. And there's a number of things that we need to remember if we want to avoid FOMO in our lives. Number one, if you're following Christ, which I recommend you do, you're not going to miss out his purpose for your life. God is bigger than all of your mistakes. He's bigger than all the wrong turns you've made in your life. God is actively involved in your life, bringing fulfillment and contentment. The second thing we need to consider is that the pathway that God has called us to is personal. It has your name written on it. You see, too often we look at other people's lanes, we look at what they're doing, and we think we are missing out, and that FOMO grips us. But it's not true. God's called you into his will, into your lane. It has your name on it. Don't try to be someone you're not. Run the lane, stay in your lane, and be who God's called you to be. The third thing is shoot straight. Quit looking around. Stop evaluating other people's pathways and consider what you're walking and what you're running in your life. Stay in your lane. I knew a guy who considered himself to be a muso. So he went out and did guitar lessons. And he learned how to play guitar. But he stood there with the guitar up really high like this on stage, and this is how he would play. He played it, but he wasn't a muso. It wasn't his lane. His lane was something else. He was a builder. He was better with his hands in building. And I don't think it's wrong that he learnt to play guitar, but you could tell he wasn't comfortable. It wasn't his lane. Stay in your lane. Say, "God, what gifts do you give me? What do you want to do with my life?" And submit that to that and look at your strengths, and you'll find that God will take your life, because you have those strengths and giftings, and have it make impact for his kingdom. You and I, we do not have to fear missing out. If we've trusted our life into the hands of Jesus, he shall make us lay down by green pastures. We shall not want. We'll live a life of contentment instead of fear of missing out. Avoid FOMO in your life. Hope this helps you, blesses you. Hit the like button and share it with someone else. Thanks for listening.